Welcome and good evening, race fans. The Relentless Racing Series Truck Series is taking it to Homestead. The Championship 8 is still coming down. Isaac, you there? You got a copy?
I got a copy. What did he say? Ah, okay. Yeah, we're live here at Homestead tonight. It is a very hot track. When we first loaded in the session, track temp was in the 130s. It's only cooled down 9 degrees to 121. And Homestead's a loose track as is. You add this scorching hot track temp, it is going to be a handful for these trucks, especially on the long run. You definitely got to really try to take care of those right side tires, especially that right rear. So it's going to be interesting to see once we get some green flag laps in, who can save their tires the most. I'm gonna pull up the point pings real quick while he's on that phone call. I believe Bosert's still leading the way. I don't know if he's in the session or not. He is. So Bosert currently only has a 1 point lead over Brugg. Brugg should be coming in here pretty soon. Michael Ball is 10 points behind him, and Joe Robert, our broadcast colleague, he's 16 points in fourth. Other than that, everyone else 20 points back. We're really gonna need a absolute mayhem race for those top four for them to have a shot at the championship here in these closing weeks. We got Charlotte next week. We got Homestead tonight. It's gonna be an interesting one. We got 5 minutes of practice left. Oops. See my wife's in the Twitch chat. Why is it going on? Who's William? Hey, William, you got a copy? I think he might be AFK. I was gonna bring him up here and see what challenges he's gonna have here tonight because I don't think I've ever raced at Homestead anything hotter than 110. So,
Yeah.
121, 124 now. It's going
You,
back up. It's woo.
you ain't kidding. It's probably going to be so hot. You look out in those stands, you're probably going to see a bunch of topless women. But, man, it's all came down to it. I mean, 26 points, I believe, separate first through the top 8.
Yeah, and I was saying while you're gone, I with 2 races left, anyone really further than 20 back is going to need a detrimental race for those top four for them to have a shot. I really think it comes down between Ball, Bosvert, and Brugg.
Yeah, them two right there are the ones you're really going to have to watch. Is Brugg, and he's been on a hot streak here lately. So
Winner the last week at Bristol.
another win, I'd put him right where he needs to be. I mean, he's only sitting 1 point back. And what's crazy, he's only got 7 starts this season. Yes, 7 starts.
Huh.
So yeah, he's definitely been putting the work in.
And he's still practicing. Actually, I will be right back.
I think it's going to come down to a pretty good one. See if we can get see if we can get Spencer up here. He's sitting 37 back from the lead. One of the playoff drivers. See if we can get a real quick get a copy from Spencer. Spencer, you got a copy. Jeremy up here in the booth.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, bud. Well, you're about 20 back from leading on the points, but man, how's your thought here at Homestead?
Well, I can tell you one thing right now. This track is hot. There's no grip at all, and I have no idea what to make of it. I've had a bit of trouble this week. I didn't really get a lot of chance to turn any practice laps or anything, so I've kind of gone into this green. But what I can tell you is the tires are wearing off fast. It's really, really hot. There's going to be a lot of people spinning, and I'm just going to try and keep my nose clean.
So, with such a hot track camp, I think I've raced Homestead probably the third most when it comes to mile and a half. So Charlotte would be first. I don't think I've ever seen a track temp above 115. How much of a wrench did this throw into your plan coming into this race with a super hard track temp?
Honestly, it wasn't as bad as it could have been because the hour or 2 hours or so I spent practicing earlier today was done by accident on a track temp of 121. So I was already kind of ready for it, but it's definitely not what I was used to in the slightest. I went into the corner thinking this will stick. No, it didn't. I was in the wall very quickly. One thing I also have noticed is that the weight shift from the front to the rear is very pronounced. You will, it's as you're entering the corner, all of a sudden the nose just bites as the weight shifts, and you have to be very careful when you're timing your accelerator because if you hit it right as it's doing that, you will spin. It's basically a guarantee.
All right, man. Well, good luck tonight, making up some points. I know the other races didn't go the way you wanted to, and I know you're gonna have to hope for some problems, especially with the top three, for you to have a shot going into next week at Charlotte.
Yeah, we'll have to see. I'm not thinking I'm going to win the championship this year. I'll be happy if I finish top five at points.
All right, man.
And
Well, good luck.
Thank you, sir.
well, Isaac, I'm not seeing Johnny.
He's coming. He just connected.
Barely got in.
So the reason Johnny came in so late, the reason he will not be there Thursday, is Johnny is testing for Road to Pro right now. So they were in there testing their setups because their first race for the Road to Pro series is Thursday night at Daytona. So ahead of time, good luck with your Road to Pro run there, Johnny. I'll be with you. I'll be spotting for Ben, one of his teammates.
I think I hope we've got the go ahead for the SBRN on there.
You said Jeff gives the go ahead. I sent the logos to Ben, and he does have a red and white truck, so it's gonna actually look pretty good on it. I haven't seen the truck since he's put it on there, but he says he can get it put on there.
That's what it's all going to be about. Well, man, this track filled up more than what we thought. We got what about 28 in here?
Truck series you usually have a pretty good turnout.
Everybody's still, especially those top 12, are all still buying to try to get that championship or get close enough where they can be within striking distance. Now, of your playoff drivers, you will see are yellow in their numbers over on the towers. So that way we keep up with where your playoff drivers are. Ethan Nelson. Isaac at 34.7 here on that hot track. That's scooting it right there, ain't it?
Yeah, I think this is his second start. I think I saw him last week. And whoa, both are getting loose off that turn four.
God, Stewart whammed into that wall.
The one thing I've always liked about Homestead is I want to say, and I might be wrong, it is the only true oval we race on. Everything else has like a quad oval or an egg shape or something like that.
You got Sean trying to put down 33.94. Rugg coming in with the lead.
Did you just say Brug got the fast lap? Oh my! He didn't do no dang practice.
Yep, Rugg has got 33.94. A ball out there, him trying to get him a lap in to be towards the front. He's had him up and downhill kind of season.
And I'll say this though, with Brug getting that pole, if it stands, that's gonna basically tie him and Bozard up in points starting this race.
Bosworth, he qualified in 8th. Not his. But it's not about where you start, Isaac. This track, we know it's going to be where you finish.
I mean, Brug started. I want to say Brug started right around 10. He was 8, and he won the race last week.
Penley right there, he's trying to keep alive. See, he's going to be starting in 5th.
Yeah, and Penley had a tough break starting off the playoffs. He really was one of the more fast trucks at Indy. Got that. Well, I think he got pulled. I know he led a lot of laps. Late race caution that came out. He didn't pit when it came out. Ended up having to pit again. When he pitted, he got a speeding penalty, and it knocked him from what could have been a top 5 day to down to 20th place.
Well, before we drop green flag, we'll give a shout out to a couple of those sponsors, and we're going to be right back. That's a first, Isaac being quiet.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the home of the brave.
Well, Isaac, I think it's going to come down to really tire management tonight.
Yeah, it's gonna for sure. I'm already blinking. That's why the broadcast. Um, it definitely is, and I think Brugg and Bozer are the two main guys to really keep an eye out on here tonight. Those two have really shown long run speed really all season long. Pointer's another one. Joe, we've seen Joe have good long run speed, and we've seen Joe kind of fall off on the long run. So it should be interesting to see tonight how he does on this harder track.
And Joe's kind of figured out. It seems like he's starting to learn to save tires a little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
I think it's going to come
Joe's
down.
rocking the new paint scheme.
I think it's going to pretty much, like you said, come down to who don't smoke out their tires.
Running green flag here tonight. Brugg leading the way with his new and improved McConey setup shop. Doing a really good job here on this first lap, getting single filed out. Not seeing too much
They are scattering towards the back. Top 6 all playoff drivers right now.
Yeah, and that's something we really didn't see at Bristol last week until later on. With all the playoff drivers nose to tail, it took some time, and then they ran nose to tail middle of the race, and the mayhem happened.
Oh, we got one up in the wall, Joe Alvera.
Not a lot of damage on this one. Just kissed it.
It looks like he's already having problems with that truck. It's going to be a long race if it continues to stay like that. Sam Gordon, he's sitting right there inside your top 10, just running his own little race.
Ooh, close moment for Pointer and Penley coming out of 4 last time by. Oh, and Pointer almost gets in the left rear of Bozer. Pointer is loose. Sean Pointer is battling a very loose truck right now. He is struggling.
That hot track ain't making it easy for nobody right now.
But for us, he is really driving away from this field. Already up to almost a second of the gap.
Yep, I do like that paint scheme. Williams, I don't know if he's pushing those tires or what, but he's up 5 spots into 4th.
Yeah, and we've seen it before out of Bozer. He doesn't leave quite the qualifying he wants, and then out of nowhere we'll see him jump 5, 6 spots early in the race. Pointer falling back a little bit before he starts back.
This is green for about 7. We're going to give a shout out to Martin Sports. We'll be right back. Get you some gloves if you ain't got them. But I'm going to tell you what, that was a pretty close pass between Pointer and Penley.
Yeah, and they've been nose to tail really all race long. Oh, we got top 6, I believe. Top 5, top 6. Poor Joe. He is struggling right now. Joe Ibarra currently sitting in that 24th position.
Yeah, as a playoff driver, that's not something you really want to have. But this track ain't a lot of people's go-to track.
This is one of my favorite ovals to race at. But when you're fighting a 129-degree track down, it's not very fun. Could you just imagine racing on this track in the next gen racetrack, Kent?
I wouldn't want to.
Like, the truck is somewhat manageable because they don't got as much power. They got a little bit. They got a
Yeah,
little bit more downforce on the vehicle.
you'd have me
Tougher
out there.
Xfinity? Nope. I'll be taking the drop week.
You'd have me out there running around in the car. Well, have me in the car like Ricky Bobby running around on fire. It's so hot in there. But yeah, it's been a pretty calm race so far for the most part. Especially, especially with that high track temp. I was figuring we was going to have a whole lot more slipping and sliding.
Yeah, and this field better hope this don't stay green because with Brugg already building a 1.1 second lead, he's in a position now where all he has to do is manage the gap, and that's something Brugg is very good at. He'll race hard to get the lead, but once he gets that lead, he'll just kind of settle in his pace and just manage the gap. 1.2 seconds now.
Yeah, and you know Bosworth's not liking this long green. He's wanting to be up there. And you know that's another one he's overcame. He's had some good races, but man, he's been in the center of some uh-ohs too throughout the season.
And Buzzard actually falling back a little. He's falling back to 6th. Sean Porter's going to be looking to the inside of Penley here, rolling through 1 and 2. Porter able to get clear of Penley there. Penley look for the crossover, look to the inside going into turn 3.
You know, if I'm them two, I'm just going to ease out. Let's just work together and just survive.
Oh!
Pointer's truck is not liking that exit on turn 4.
No, he has struggled. That's been about the 3rd or 4th time he has almost looped it off of 4. It's going to be interesting to see what the pit window is. Kind of curious on how far they can actually make it on fuel. Oh, Penley getting really loose.
Where's going to be our break? I'm willing to put money. It's going to be coming out of turn 4.
I wonder if there's wind.
There might be somebody standing up there by the fence topless that keeps distracting them.
miles an hour. But also another thing to note is this session is a 2 times multiplier, so we could start seeing a cooler track temp, and that could benefit some drivers more than others. Those that made his way back into the top five, finally getting around that 97 of penalty.
Pointer is able to kind of open that gap up a little bit. You can see their fall off from their qualifying. I mean, they're almost a second and a half off now. Everybody's in the 35s.
Yeah. Probably one of the fastest tire falls I've seen at Homestead.
Well, it's 150,000 degrees out there.
They might be racing on the sun at this point.
Tell you what, Trojan needs to go out there with a shovel and get some material. There's Penley going again. That almost cost Stewart and Nelson get into each other. Caution is out. Oh, Spencer, playoff driver, in the wall. He's probably going to wish I hadn't talked to him. And that looks like the same thing that has happened to everybody right there, Isaac, coming out of 4.
Oh, and then hard impact. Who was that slammed into that front end? Spencer Dewsbury's not having a good playoff run. Oh, the 78 of Chris Melton.
You know, when I was talking to Spencer before the race, his one thing was he just wanted to survive. 13-1, barely got through there. But Dubberry's really gonna have to turn it around for next week.
Yeah, and with that wreck, I think that's going to end any hope of any shot Spencer thought he would have had at the championship.
Yeah, that's
Pit
going to
road's
put
gonna
him
be
out of contention, I believe.
busy place here. These guys only have 3 extra sets of tires, but I mean, you just cannot risk staying out here to save a set. It's not like the Cup Series or Series Series where we have, guaranteed caution on a certain lap. These guys don't do stages.
Ooh. And it looked like, I was going to say, it looked like Robert. I told Robert. Robert's running a new scheme truck.
Yeah.
Looks like Robert.
That well, green.
Thought Robert almost beat him off pit road.
Spencer, he's loaded that truck up in the hauler. He's
DB, I know that truck. That's a Davison Builder sponsored truck right there. Well, Brugg did not want that caution, but I'm pretty sure Bosworth was happy to see it.
Yeah, Bosworth was he had bounced up into the top 5 and started falling back and slowly started making his way up. I think the one guy probably wasn't looking for that caution is Sean Pointer was starting to catch Justin May and Joe Roberts before that caution came out.
You know who else did want to see that caution? Spencer. Let's see, he's 37 out coming into this race, and this, yeah, I'm gonna say that's pretty much gonna put him out of reach. And Michael Ball, running in third in points. He's sitting back there. He's sitting back there in 16th.
There's also a lot of. I'm wondering if a lot of these guys came in. Oh no, we're not green yet. Never mind. How about that? I wonder if a lot of these guys came in to top off, but we're still 2 to green.
You
But
know,
while we're under caution, go ahead and something I kind of want to mention. I'm happy that finally happened. How about the fact that rain is finally coming to iRacing?
eh, it's just, it's just gonna be interesting to see how people really can drive. They can't drive on a dry track. There's gonna be a lot of them that's gonna be in trouble.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. I really am.
Everybody gonna have to start selling blinkers to add on to their rigs so they can start letting everybody know which way they're turning. Oh wait, people don't use blinkers neither. Never mind.
I think iRacing needs to make you do a crash course session on how to handle in the rain before they let you drive in the session.
Right.
Like you try to load in, like, no, sorry, you have not met the requirements of driving in the rain yet. Please go to such page to
Well, I
do a
mean they do
session.
it. They do it to make you get up in your levels. So, but
Yeah, right?
I want to tell you what, Brug and Robert, these two are going to be a hard jump right here.
I think it's a really good launch. Watch Bozer here. Yeah, there he goes. I caught out. Watch Bozer go low and Roberts here.
Yep, Osborne is going to push it. And you know it's hard starting on that high side, especially in P2.
Well, and the thing is Bozer right now came in only 1 point ahead. We're coming up on halfway in about 12 laps or so. So if Johnny can keep this lead for 12 more laps, he's gonna get the bonus for the pole and a bonus for leading the most laps. So those are 2 bonus points Bozer can't get. Now, as far as leading the lap goes, Bozer can get that at any time if he leads the lap.
Oh, and Penley giving Robert a push. Sent him
Oh,
in.
Joe dove it in deep.
He got a good little push from Penley and pretty much had to stick it down there. But there's some words being exchanged right now.
Nah, Penley apologized for it.
He gave him a good push, though.
He's looking to the inside now.
You know, Bruggs loving seeing these guys fight. Says it's letting that door get wider and wider.
I mean, yes and no, because it's not both, Penley and Joe going at it. Both are ahead of them while they're battling it out. But both, I think, isn't running as fast as Johnny, isn't it? That's pretty crazy because Johnny had no practice coming into here. He just loaded up in the session, got pole, and has led every lap since. Joe looking to go to the outside of Bozer here.
Boy, Pointer, Penley, and May, them right there. Another playoff driver we hadn't talked too much about this season. It's Justin May. I mean, one win on the whole season, but 8 top 10s and 2 top 5s, and he's sitting in 5th, battling for possibility of running for a championship.
Yeah, really, second through fifth, all under a blanket right here. And can even throw the 0-1 of Stewart into that mix as well. And now they're starting to battle it out. And this is what Johnny wants to see. Roberts to the outside, Bozert to the inside. Pointer's really nowhere to go. Kind of surprised Pointer he's moved to that low line. Earlier, Pointer was running middle. I'm kind of surprised to see him running that low line in that dirty air.
I was trying to stick it. Let's see if, man, I'm gonna tell you what, that's a hard spot.
Oh. Now I will say this though, track temp has came down to 111. So it's starting to cool down now, and more this track cools down, the more these trucks are going to grip to that track, and the more intense the racing's going to get. So we're already starting to see it. As Roberts and Bose are damn near leaning on each other. They're rolling through 1 and 2.
Yeah, and you know, Penley and Pointer both sitting back there being like, guys, just don't wreck.
Yeah, you're in a position if you're Pointer or Penley, you want them to race it out and roast up them tires, but then you're like, please just don't wreck while you're doing it.
Uh-oh, Joe's
Oh, and
getting
Roberts
loose.
getting loose. Penley up to get out of gas. Nowhere for Penley to go, and they actually got a run up Pointer there on corner exit.
Oh, Penley in the
Penley though into the
wall.
wall. Gonna lose a lot of spots.
And you know, that may not be a bad thing.
I'm gonna say this though, if this stays green and Joe keeps diving it in there like that, he's really gonna eat up those right side tires.
Well, eat the tires up and that possibility of that right rear kicking loose.
I mean, we're at a manageable track temp now. We're at 112 degrees, so it's manageable now.
So right now, as the points we're figuring up, they have Brugg and Bosworth are pretty much tied right now for the lead.
Nope, Brugg right now, as it stands, with both having no bonus points, Brugg would be 3 points ahead.
He'd be three up.
He's 1 spot up, which is a point, and then he's had 3 bonus points that Bozert don't have. Bozert don't have any bonus points right now, unless he has the fastest lap.
Right now, no. See, right now it looks like the fastest lap. It's going to point, or no, it's going to Robert. I look back towards the back of the field, see what we've got going on back here. Nice little battle right there with Michael Ball amongst it. He's got a good pack of 4 behind him. Got the
Yeah, and
184. Getting up in
Brugg
the wall.
isn't quite driving away like he was last run. This point last run, Brugg had already built up almost a second lead. He's only sitting at a half a second. Oh, contact almost between 0-0. Pointer's not getting happy with William right now. Pointer is not happy with how Bozer's racing him. Coming on the comm saying Bozer's blocking him. I haven't seen too much blocking, more so squeezing.
Well, Bosworth's going to start defending that low line. You can see how he's starting to take that entrance and go down. He's trying to kill any momentum the Pointer can get.
Yeah, and the entry Bozer's taken, I think, is the more ideal one. I think Pointer just needs to settle in and start running a more traditional line instead of diving in like that. Brady apologized for something. Oh, Brady almost put May into the wall. Pointer's starting to fall back a little bit here, though. Pointer actually got tight in corner exit and opened the door for Joe to pass him on the inside going down the front stretch.
And Joe really needs a good finish. That would really help his mentality going into the final race.
Yeah, because I think Joe is outside the top 4 in points
He
coming in
is
here tonight.
fourth. He's sitting 16 back.
Oh, he's 4th, okay.
I'm gonna tell you what, this week's we're gonna be a slow week because we've got 2 of the series off. But man, I'm gonna tell you what, next week we have got 4 back to back to back to back championship.
Yeah, and based off how this truck race finishes, like I said, if it's as it is right now, Brugg will be going into that race with a 3-point lead. But if both can get around and get a bonus point and jump spot ahead, I think it'll be a 1-point battle going into next week.
What's also awesome about next week, it's my birthday, so we're gonna open up the Xfinity with a good day. So I'll make sure y'all come out next Monday and hang out with me and Tony. We'll watch these Xfinity guys battle for it.
We'll see. We got Sean Pointer and Stewart. Forget his first name. The 01 of Scott Stewart going at it. Here comes Joseph Nallback down pit lane.
Scotty D.
I don't know if Joe's relaying it or what, but Joe said pitting. He also said 1, so I don't know.
He's probably relaying for
Here comes Kevin
Nallback.
Stein. Nallback coming in.
Yeah, Joe and Joe are teammates, so he's possibly relaying it for him. Man, and Stewart
Brett
just got a
Osborne
great. He got a great run out of 4.
I'm almost wondering if they're. I don't think they can make it from here on fuel.
Not.
I'm not mistaken. A mile and a half on this fuel load. Think you can maybe get 30. Oh no, they could make it from here. I'm thinking 80 laps.
Yeah, they pit. They pit now. They're gonna be right there at it.
I'm almost positive you can make it from here on fuel. But and the thing is if you're one of these playoff guys, if you pit here to short pit, be cool and all, but then you run the risk of a caution coming out. And here at Homestead, you go at least a lap and a half down coming to pit lane.
Bosworth is dropping off Brugg.
Yeah, I'm about to say, if I'm Bozer, you gotta come in soon. You gotta try to short pit Johnny by a lap or 2. You gotta take that risk.
I mean, within 1 lap, he went from a second 15 all the way to a second, about 75. Justin May being that first Ford, sitting in the 9th position. The rest of it's dominated by Chevy and Toyota.
The Chevy's just better.
Everybody's entitled to an opinion.
Ford found on road dead. Fix or repair daily.
Well, Chevy.
You know, speaking of manufacturers, Jeremy, I heard an interesting rumor, and I've seen some pretty cool concept art about Chevy switching to Cadillac. because GM don't make the Camaro no more. So there was rumors, don't know how true they are, and I see some concept arts of the next gen in a Cadillac CTS form. And I gotta say, it looks pretty freaking cool. Now the odds of that happening are probably slim to none. I can't remember the last time a Cadillac raced in NASCAR. I think it was back like when the '87s were still around. Because then they raced the old Cutlasses back then.
Yes.
It's bad. Because I think once they came in with the Gen 4, they switched to Pontiac.
Yeah, it's me. I wish they'd came back.
What's up?
Pontiac.
I wish Dodge would come back.
I've heard rumors of that possibly happening.
The only way I've heard of it happening is Tony Stewart. That's it. Because Tony would never go Toyota. He started off at Chevy, and now he's a Ford. So, but the manufacturer fee they have to pay is outrageous, and that's why they left NASCAR to begin with. They couldn't afford it.
I'll tell you what else can't be afforded right now is a caution, because Brug's got
Yeah.
it pretty good.
Justin May, William Bosworth, they're both coming in this time. Nathan Penley's coming in this time.
So Bosworth's coming in. He's going to try that short pitting.
If I'm Brugg, you have to hit. You cannot stay out too much longer. With how tight that point battle is, May, did he slow it down in time? Up, here comes Johnny Brugg this time. No black flags, though. Sean Pointer coming in, Brady Price coming in with Brugg.
Oh, yeah, they're all heading in now.
Scott Stewart coming in.
And I wouldn't be honestly surprised to see if Robert didn't stay out just to try to catch a point.
Yeah, if I'm Joe, you got to.
And he does.
I think if I'm Joe, with where he's at in points, you have to just run this dang thing dry and hope for a caution. Because right now, Joe's only hope is something to happen to Brugg and Bowser for him to have a shot. And I don't think Michael Ball, I don't think he's running that well tonight, though. He's currently running 6.
Charlotte's a good track for a lot of drivers.
Yeah, well, I mean, if Joe can somehow manage to win this race, and let's say Brugg and Bowser can't get inside the top 10, Ball finishes outside the top 10, it's going to make a really interesting battle for that championship race. But that's a lot of what ifs. A lot.
Yeah, that's a heck of a parlay right there.
That's like going to the casino, going all in on blackjack.
What's wrong with that?
For a lot. And I'm not saying it's not possible, but that's really Joe's only shot right now for a championship going into next week. If you, and here comes Joe this time. If you go into Charlotte next week, I would say anything more than 15 out, I don't think you have a shot. Everybody else coming in this time.
Ball is still yet to pit. He's another one that needs a bonus point because I just got confirmation. It's going to be about 30 laps a tank. So
that's what I'm thinking.
Now you got your Fords dominating up front. And Ball is really hoping for a caution.
And we're at 20 to go marker this time by. Oh, quite a few guys that haven't pit yet, though.
And we got Adria Garcia and Joe Ibarra. That's the only ones left that has not pitted. There's one coming in. And Ibarra, he's pretty far back on points. But, you know, 1 point.
This time.
1 point can go a long ways.
Well, for Joe, it just has not been his race. He's been struggling all race long on speed. He was probably just really hoping for Yellow to fly there.
Oh, there it is! No!
Clip it! Clip it! Oh my gosh! Jeremy, that is this. Oh, and it was Joe! That is the second time I've done that with you in the booth. second time. Oh my
And he
god.
was coming into pit too.
He was.
I think he just locked him up.
Jesus. The first time I did
Oh yeah,
that,
bad entrance on that apron.
Joe, you. Oh, the caution already came out. Joe, you can't put it in reverse. Well, I mean, his own caution, I think, might have helped him there because I want to say, had he not caused that caution, I think he would have went a lap down. Now the question is, you only have one set of tires left. We're down to 17 laps. You've seen the tire fall off. Do you come in for tires right here?
Uh,
It's gonna be interesting to see what
mm,
people do. I think if you're someone that's not as, if you're not Bosver or Brugg, I say you come in. I mean, if Joe, I think Joe comes in. You got to take that shot.
yeah, I mean,
You
because
got to do something.
fuel mileage races out the window. So it's gonna come down to driver and tire.
Hmm. Okay, I mean, because you're gambling. Because if you come in here and take tires, and let's say we run 10 laps, and another caution comes out. We've seen the fall off after 10 laps with about a second. So I mean, if a caution comes out in 10 laps, we'll go green with like 2 or 3 to go. But at second, you're gonna drop like a rock on that second lap. I mean, interesting. Now, also, if I'm Joe, I'm doing what the leaders don't do. If the leaders pit, I'm staying out. If the leaders don't pit, I'm going in. And really anybody outside the top 3 in standings.
Look like no takers.
No takers. Wow. People further in the back. That's kind of surprising. I mean, granted, we don't have the 120-degree track temp. We're at 113. So it's cooled off about 15 degrees from when these guys first came into pit lane the first time, the start of the race. I don't know because so Joe Joe only ran 2 laps. So actually Joe's in pretty good spot here. Forgot he had just came in. Rugg though he's ran 4. I don't know.
Yeah, that's. I don't know if I would go with tires for 4 laps because you know when we get closer to the end, it's gonna cautions are fixing to start flying.
Oh, I cannot believe I called that.
Hmm.
The good old broadcaster's curse.
I'm not gonna have security walk you to your vehicle. You're on your own.
Hey, that was the second time. The first time I did that, I can't remember if I was broadcasting with you or Joe, but it was broadcasting for the 500. I think last season. I remember I was like, "You smell that? I smell a caution coming." As soon as I said that, I think it was danger that got wrecked. As soon as I said it.
Yeah, because you were saying it. What would help Joe if he had a caution, and I don't think you said Joe is the caution, but
No, I was talking about Barra when I said that.
yeah, that's Joe Barra.
I Barra with the caution. And this is gonna be interesting. This is gonna be the first time we're gonna see Bosver and Brugg on the front row together
Yeah,
on a restart.
this is gonna be a.
Last time they were front row on a restart, it got really, really good. A lot of door banging at Bristol. I don't think they're gonna race any differently here tonight.
No, not these two.
No. And if I'm Joe or anybody else, one thing you're hoping for is these two to get really racing, mistakes happen, and those who get taken out of the race. I mean, this is 1 and 2 in points, starting 1 and 2, restarting 1 and 2 right here.
Yeah, and these two have been going at it this whole season, on and off the track. We've been hearing the.
They're already starting to bang doors a little bit there.
Yeah, here we go.
Brugg does a really good launch there.
Yeah, bro.
Moser can't really go low as Stewart's on the inside.
Yeah, Brooke took a late start on that. He ran that restart line all the way out to the end too.
We don't have to restart zone on trucks.
Well, it was passing the guy cold blue spot, so
Over giving a little bump going on the front backstretch going into turn 3.
these two are not a stranger with each other.
Mm-mm. I tell you what, that 01, he's not moving up. Came in the season late. I would keep an eye on that 01 next week. He has shown a lot of speed here these last few weeks. He might be the one to watch next season if these other fast guys do stuff. Rugg, Boozer, Kenley. They're going at it. They're almost door banging going into turn 3.
Brooke just put down the fastest lap
Of the race.
of the race to
Oh, that's not
33.63.
what you want to hear if you're Boozer.
Comes
Because
Robert. Robert throwing it to the inside of Penley.
the other thing to be interesting is for Cup and Xfinity next week, for you guys watching that. Cup and Xfinity, the way the playoffs will work for them, championship will work for them, all they got to do is beat the other 3 drivers in the championship for. It don't matter if they finish 23rd, 24th, 25th, 26th. Whoever finishes 23rd wins the championship. With Trucks and ARCA, if Brock can go into the next week at Charlotte with a 4-point gap, that's 4 positions that he can sacrifice or have a buffer with for that championship. And right now it's looking like it.
Yes, I ain't able to see Bosworth be able to close that gap.
Pointer and Penley going at it. It's a battle for 5th, I believe. It is. That's coming 10 to go, coming to 9 to go this time by.
You see Stewart running a high line. He knows there's playoff drivers around him, so he's not really trying to get in the mix too much, but he's still going to run hit line. He's got a heck of a run coming out of 4.
Yeah, we're coming out of the closing laps. And at this point, with Brugg, Bozert running 1, 2, Robert 4th. I don't even know where Paul's at. Michael Paul struggling outside the top 10.
He's running back in 12th.
It's really going to come down to Bozert and Brugg next week. I'm not saying Michael Ball is out of it, but he would need mayhem. I think there's a battle for second brewing right now.
Yeah.
There is. Stewart's back on that rear bumper of the 47. Here comes Joe.
Joe's got the freshest tires out of that bunch.
Oh, Stewart getting loose. Wow, he's looking at some runoff there. Oh, wow.
And that was right there on the edge of Joe's bumper, too.
Well, Joe also got a little loose on that corner exit.
And Scott really didn't lose any position.
I think it's because everybody else behind him might have checked up a little bit there, thinking he could have snapped it to the right, went back up the track. Coming to 5 to go this time by. Joe Roberts trying to get that second spot from the 47 machine of Bosver. Trying to get one extra point in Bosver, knowing that that's 1 point. Trying to stay in second. Joe getting a little looser. You see the rear of the truck wiggling back and forth a little bit. Door to door they go into turn three. Joe, though, with that very aggressive entrance we've seen all night long, puts him in front of Bozer. Bozer looks to rally back on the inside. 4 to go this time by. Bozer looking inside, almost contact there between Joe and William. Roberts running all the way up top.
He's got to. He's got to get that run off. Henry and Pointer going back at it again.
Come by. Tom Brugg, all you want to see is that white flag come out in a couple laps. That turn 3, 2 to go this time by. Brugg setting sail, gonna hope to get this white flag here.
Nelson put it on the inside of Pointer. They are high-fiving sheet metal on the backstretch.
Johnny Bray coming on turn 4, gonna collect the white flag this time. No yellow in the race. It's gonna end in the green. I think Brugg got half a second lead. Yeah, Roberts was 2/10 quicker that last lap, but a little too much, a little too late. Doesn't have to set up D2, and this is gonna give Brugg about a 5 or 6 point gap going into next week. And at a track I personally have seen Brugg race so much at, it's gonna be almost impossible for Bosworth to win the championship next week.
Good. Let's see real quick if we can get Johnny up here. Catch him right in the. Get him right in the middle of those burnouts.
I'll do it after. That's what they do in NASCAR. They let him do a burnout and then they interview him. That's what they do in NASCAR. They do burnouts and then they interview.
That was pretty much his race. Start to
Led damn near
finish.
every lap.
Jeremy Isaac up here. Don't let us end your burnout. Keep it going, man.
Well, Johnny, you come in here with literally no practice. I know you were up there practicing for Thursday night's race. I hopped up there, told you the hot track, So when I told you that, did you have to kind of like come in here make any mental adjustments, or did you just run your qualifying lap like you usually do?
I just ran my qualifying lap. I actually screwed the first lap up, totally missed the bottom in 1 and 2, and then the second lap I ran it, hit my hit my marks on the second lap on the bottom, and I thought maybe the top would have been the fast way around, but ended up getting pole off it, so I'll take it.
Well, man, you come in here, completely dominate the race. I think you led almost every lap. I think the only time you didn't lead a lap was during green flag pit stops. Um, I think you're going to next week with a 5 or 6 point advantage on William. With I don't think you got any bonus points. So, with that being said, does that change your approach to next week at Charlotte compared to if it was only be a 1 point gap between you two?
I mean, not really. It was good to pick up a good points day. I think I did pick up obviously pole, laps
Most laps
led,
led.
most laps led, and I think I got fastest
You
lap.
did.
I don't know. Okay, cool. So yeah, that's another one. I was surprised. William tried to undercut me on the that last little pit cycle or green flag pit stops because um, I thought he'd be going for the bonus point for leading a lap if he waited till I pit, which I was planning on pitting the next lap. So kind of worked out. Um, but yeah, no real change in mindset going into Charlotte. Just want to put the 15 truck in victory lane again there.
Well, man, first and foremost, uh, I would say good luck Thursday, but I'm gonna be in there with you guys for Thursday. But just in general, wish you good luck in the whole Road to Pro thing. Hopefully, you can get that top 70 and have a shot at going to the Coke Series. And secondly, congrats on your second win in a row. I think your fourth of the season, if I'm not mistaken, fourth or fifth. Going into Charlotte, 6 point buffer. I mean, and I've seen you race Charlotte multiple times, and I think it's gonna be hard to beat you in the race, let alone the standings. Next week. So good luck at that, and that's your chance for shout outs.
Thank you, Isaac. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Thursday and running Road to Pro in the same team with you and working with Ben and whatnot. But yeah, I want to shout out my team here, Exile Esports, great group of guys. Looking forward to running with these guys again next season. Want to shout out the league sponsors Cutscene and Ancient World Gaming. Want to shout out you and Jeremy in the booth tonight. That's pretty cool. And want to shout out the league admins for hosting these events every week. And one last little personal shout out for Maconi Setup Shop. Obviously, Road to Pro team that picked me up for this upcoming season. And yeah, make sure to go get your setup needs there at Maconi.
All right, man. Once again, congratulations, and see you Thursday, and good luck next week at Charlotte.
Thank you, sir.
Well, Jeremy, I gotta bounce. I gotta go see what the wife needed, so I will catch you later. I'll let you handle these last two interviews.
Alrighty, man. Well, Joe, you able to scoop in and get a P2, so that's going to help you a lot going into next week. But man, you started getting faster those last few closing laps.
Well, I had a two lap tired advantage. Would have helped if I didn't have to battle through cars, but technically speaking, I mean, we got no advantage. It's either going to be Brugger or Botsevert. They pretty much need to wreck out lap one, and I need to win the race for there to be any shot. So,
Well, anything can happen. So you know them two are going to be going hard at it next week for that championship.
yeah, I mean, hopefully we'll get lucky. Um, doubt it, but put on a good show for the Davidson Builders Chevy, I guess. He's got me on sponsor for the last three races, so it's really cool for that to get a top three for him.
That
But
it
I mean, yeah, I
is.
mean, it was a good race. I mean, just Johnny was just faster overall. Um, I got a good scenario, but the problem was it just yeah. I mean, the two tire advantage is nice and all, but it's just it's hard to do anything really. with that kind of little advantage because you're faster than the guys, but you're not that much faster, so you still have to battle with them. And when you're battling with people, it slows you down. So I was trying to the bottom and the high side, and if it was like maybe 5, 10 more laps, yeah, maybe we could have got him. But seconds fine, I suppose.
You know the routine up here. You give it now. You get to give those shout outs.
Yeah, shout out to Joe. He's I don't know how he did today. I think he finished like 17th. He didn't have a good luck with stuff, but he was pretty fast in practice. He's getting up there. Shout out to Mirage, the racing team, you for putting on the broadcast. Um, Shout out to Kyle for the Davidson Builders sponsor, and shout out to Justin Morrow, the guy who painted the car. Um, he does a lot of good paint jobs. Just make sure that you hit him up if you want a good paint job. He made this paint job in the one last week, and I think we'll have one more coming around for Charlotte. So yeah, unfortunately, didn't get the win, but you know, we'll try again next year.
All right, brother. We're gonna shoot you on down and let y'all develop a plan for Charlotte.
Um, I mean, I'll tell you the plan. It's a win and hope they wreck. That's the only thing that is possible.
Now, sabotage
Be,
is a possibility.
eh, yeah, I mean, yeah, maybe they'll be running too hard lap one and wreck each other, but even if that happened, we would still need to not only do really good, we'd have to get a bunch of bonus points and probably finish top three. So even if something like that did happen, we still have to fight hard, and we'd have to worry about Michael Ball too, because Michael Ball's not too far behind.
After tonight, I think you might have got a little bit jump on them.
Yeah, I'm up four in the points.
But,
So, yep. Uh, I'll take a peek at the broadcast later. Like to have you up here. Remember, guys, no cup, but we got Arca. Same track on Thursday, so you'll have me there. But make sure y'all tune into that broadcast for that cup race. That's gonna be my final full time broadcast for the cup series right now. So make sure y'all tune in for that cup race.
well, he's in the battle for the championship next week if everything goes well. William, man, you have a little bit to overcome. Not much. It's still feasible, but how you feeling going into Charlotte after tonight?
I can't lie to you. I'm pretty disappointed to lose the championship lead. I lost a bunch of bonus points because I didn't even lead a lap. Um, I had nothing for Johnny tonight. Like he was just faster than me. He saved tires better. I had to start ninth, so the first two runs I had to pass people, so I used up my tires a little bit more. I mean, normally a third place I'd be happy with that, but I'm not. I'm a bit disappointed, but let's hope I can do better in Charlotte and overcome that 5 point deficit.
Well, you're only 5 points back behind him, so you can get the pole, lead the most laps, get the fastest lap, and finish better than him by at least 2 spots, and you'll have
I'll try and do all that.
it. I mean, that's if y'all finish a 1-2 or how y'all have been finishing pretty much all season back and forth.
Yeah, pretty much. I just hope I'll practice a little bit more next week. I guess I came in a little bit late today, so I guess I earned my lesson there.
Hey, a lesson learned. You make it more than once, it ain't a lesson. It's just a mistake.
Yep.
Well, man, you get those shout outs. I know you've got a few of them.
Yep. SR Racing, Archer Racing Team, Chips. So thank you to all those people, and I hope I'll win it and do like you said a little bit earlier next week. Thank
Well,
you.
all right, William. Thank you. You have a good one. We'll see you next week, man.
Yep. Have a good one.
Well, that's just about gonna wrap it up tonight for Relentless Truck Series. Next week, man, it's gonna be good. You've got Bosworth, Brugg going at it, Roberts within striking distance. A lot has to happen for both series, or for both drivers, for everything to fall in place. But till next time, shout out to Isaac. I think he got hungry. May need to go get some food made or something. But on behalf of myself, SBRN, Relentless Racing, we will see y'all Thursday night, and next week starts the Relentless Racing Championship week. So make sure y'all are tuning in next week, and we will see y'all then.
It's been the first thing that's really worked for me to put me to sleep.
Helps relax me when I'm trying to go to bed.
All just really spectacular.
It also helps you put yourself into a routine.
I feel like I'm drinking lemonade. You guys give it a shot.
It works! It works! It's good!
Just try it.